What's good, people? Right back at you. I'm basically on the beginner's video where I left my last one off at. If you didn't see it, it's basically saying I had a product that I was told that can actually beat Dino. And some people have success with it. I just didn't. It's actually this right here, the Xenofit A balance. It didn't really do too much for me, even though I hear people said they had success with it. A buddy of mine told me go ahead and give it a shot, so I did. It didn't do anything for me, but I think I've successfully won my battle with Dino. And how I did it was I used this, the Brightwell Microbacteria 7. As you see, the tank looks very dead right now, like a desert, an underwater desert. I lost about 50 pieces, about 40 to 50 pieces. And as you see, over here in this corner, you really can't tell, but sorry about the lighting. I gotta keep the glues on. The glues have been on the tank probably since I've been battling. I really haven't put whites on because I was told that the whites really make it actually enhances the growth of the Dino. So I've been running all blues. Sand bed is a little dirty. I basically blow the rocks off every day with turkey basin. I'm hoping the sand bed clears up a little. But as far as the Dino, it's no longer that brown, milky, like reddish type, look like cyano. It doesn't look like that anymore. It's dead. It's actually white. And it's been looking like that for like the past week now. So I'm going to let it be like this for a little while. I'm not going to bother it. I'm not going to, for like at least another 2 weeks, because it's been 2 weeks. Okay, I don't mean to be jumping all over the place, but let me exactly explain to you guys how I think I beat it. I looked at a video on YouTube, and the guy said he used bacteria. He used Dr. Tim's. But I kept hearing about the Brightwell. So I used the Brightwell. And he also encouraged you to turn off your skimmer for 10 days. Well, my skimmer's been off for 15 days now. And I think me turning the skimmer off is actually what brought my nitrates and my phosphates up. Because prior to this, my phosphates was at 0, my nitrates were at 0, and it had nothing, the Dino had nothing to compete with. I think by cutting your skimmer off, and leaving some stuff, a lot of the ammonia, bringing all that up, and I think it just really had a battle. So I think that the battle is won by my phosphates and nitrates. I haven't checked them in about 2 to 3 weeks. Last time I checked them, they were zeroed out. I'm sure by now they're up there a little higher. Can't check my phosphates because I have to buy another hand checker for some odd reason. The water got in it, so I'm just going to go to my local LFS and have them test it for me. You see it killed my A-cans. That hurt me. That hurt me. I had about 3 rainbows, and God of War, whatever they are. I forget the name of them, but I really not really big on names as far as A-cans. But it really took out a lot. If you go back and look at my old videos, you can see I lost a lot. Everything from a Walt Disney to a Crown Royale, to a whole colony of Barney, Jason Fox Barney. Oh man, I lost colonies and stuff in there. I just recently went in here and cut a lot of stuff out. About 15 pieces I cut off the rock. Some stuff I still have to go in here and cut off. And also, I think that's another reason why I also beat the dyno, because the dyno had nowhere to go to. For some odd reason, I've noticed when I left the old acro in here, it just clung on the acro. Since I cut the acro out, it's almost like it's nowhere for it to go. But it's been a horrible ride. I don't wish this on nobody. Dyno is terrible. It's terrible, man. Once you get it, if you don't handle it, probably next week I'm going to give me a UV sterilizer. I'm going to put it in here, so hopefully that'll really tear down the spores floating around in the water. That'll take care of all of that. Hopefully. I'm hoping it will. Well, more than likely it will. But I apologize for taking this long to do this video. I had a lot of other stuff going on too, but the tank was just, it was really getting the best of me. Because it gets real depressing when you lose so many pieces and your tank used to look one way, and now you come home, you just start seeing stuff dying off, skin just falling off of it, the dyno just all over it. So now it's kind of, it got real discouraging for me at one time, to the point that I was getting ready to tear the tank down and sell everything. Kind of glad I didn't, and I hope that, you know, the dyno don't come back. I figure I'm going to wait another 2 weeks before I do a water change on this. Do a water change, bring my nutrients back up, because I think that was a big problem. It was my nutrients. Everything was off, from the potassium to everything. Everything was off. So I encourage everybody to stay on top of that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do is, I haven't done a water change on this prior to getting dyno. I haven't done a water change on this in, I want to say 5 months, and I think that I'm gonna have to get right back on my regular schedule water changes to basically keep my nutrients intact and everything, because I don't want to ever go through this again. Dyno's a very depressing thing, and I'm telling you, I was ready to give up. I was ready to throw in the towel. I was getting ready to sell everything. This is like, it was a big, like, centerpiece of the house. I remember arguing with my wife prior to getting this salt orders. She told me, no, you're not going to do it. It's too expensive. I said, no, I am, and it's not that expensive. And I think I'm just going to keep that last comment to myself that I was about to say, because I might get myself in some trouble if she looks at this video. Which I doubt, but if she do, I might get myself in some trouble. So let me keep my mouth shut. But like that was my pride and joy down here with all my Aikens. I'm gonna bring it back though. Bring it all the way back. And out of all the pieces in my tank, this piece right here is still growing. That's the Christmas Mirabellas. It is still growing. Everything else in here is dying, but that is still growing. Still has the red color to it. I mean, it gets redder than that, but right now it's a little stressed out from all the changes in the tank. That's why it's not really red, but it's still growing. But again, the way that I think I beat dyno is cutting my skimmer off for 10 days. Oh yeah, and I only run my blue lights for 6 hours a day. As you can see over here, those Zoas opened back up. They were closed for like 2-3 months. These were closed for 2 or 3 months. They actually open. Everything's opening back up now. The trumpets, that's another thing that didn't stop growing. They kept growing. I'm sorry. Let me get back to my regular schedule program. Actually, how I think I beat it was cutting the skimmer off for 10 days. We're 14 now. keeping my lights on for 6 hours a day. And another thing, I took my algae scrubber, I took it offline because come to find out, I think my algae scrubber is the reason why my tank was so clean, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing to have a zero phosphate, zero nitrates, and then again, sometimes it's not, especially if you have Dino. But the zero phosphates and the zero nitrates, I think you want to keep some. You don't want to keep it zeroed out, because actually I think that's how, if you look at some of my old videos, all my Aikens were fluffy, real fluffy. I think that's why, because my phosphates and my nitrates weren't zeroed out. But I don't know, it's really your preference. You know, if you want a pristine, clean tank, then you go zero phosphate, zero nitrates, but you would have to probably dose nitrates. I guess you would. I'm not sure. I'm not really a scientist or anything to tell you that. I'm not really too much of an expert either. As you see, I wouldn't have Dino. But that's really it for right now. I'll try and do more videos, keep you guys up to date what's going on. For you guys that follow, some of you guys that don't follow. But I guess right now, that's it. Make sure you like, subscribe, keep up to date with the tank, and see you guys later. Peace.